Gentle reader, how are you? What books are you reading? Share with me in the comment section. Let me know. Let me see. Let me get ideas for books that we can talk about, and let's also exchange ideas. On today's episode, however, we'll be talking about the Mechanics of Yenagoa, written by Michael Afeni Fire. Michael Afeni Fia. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, so please pardon me if I'm murdering it. The book was published in May 2020. The Mechanics of Yenagoa by Michael Afenifaya is a fast-paced, humorous novel set in the capital of Bayelsa State, Nigeria. It follows the chaotic life of Ibinimi, a star mechanic on Kalakala Street, who is also a university graduate pursuing a master's degree. Ebinimi's relatively stable life is upended when he takes a customer's car for an unauthorized joyride to school with one of his girlfriends. This single act of poor judgment triggers a dangerous chain of events. He narrowly escapes death in a case of mistaken identity, drawing him into a world of crooked politicians, drug dealers, and assassins. Alongside his external threats, Ebinimi navigates a series of self-inflicted love triangles and domestic drama involving his sister Ibiapo, whose dysfunctional marriage to Benson adds further layers of complication. His shop is anchored by three quirky apprentices, Saka, Broderick, and Biodun, who provide comic relief, particularly through Saka's penchant for hilariously butchering popular song lyrics. Yes, that was very funny. That was very funny. The novel is a page turner that uses humor, music, and sex as coping mechanisms for daily struggles. It takes us into the workshops of Bielsa, where young men fix broken engines while navigating broken systems. Some of them had bigger dreams, university, corporate jobs, escape, but life redirected them. Inside the workshop, there is hierarchy, and also there is pride, brotherhood, and survival. Outside, all money flows, but not to them. The novel quietly asks, why do we live in a rich land and still hustle like we're poor? Isn't that a question every Nigerian asks? Because sometimes the isn't the only thing that needs fixing. The workshop becomes a metaphor for Nigeria, talent everywhere, access nowhere. What happens when survival becomes the only plan? Ebinimi's sister, Ebiapo, is one of those not so quiet characters who doesn't dominate the workshop space but expands the story behind it. While I don't totally agree with what she did, her penchant for acting was wow. I was like, damn girl. Her husband took on a girlfriend, or is it another wife, and then she kills him. But when he died, you should see the way she mourned. You would never think that she's capable of, you will never think that she's capable of killing anyone, let alone her husband. But she did what she had to do to survive, I guess. While the mechanics occupy the public masculine area of grease, engines, and hierarchy, she represents the domestic and gendered reality of the same environment. Through her, we see what life looks like outside the workshop walls. Without her, the book would feel like a purely male survival narrative. With her, it becomes a community story, one that acknowledges that broken systems affect everyone differently. Some of the themes for me, especially regarding Ibiapo, if you read the masculine themes or the themes are glaring, really. So the often missed ones are the ones that I would dwell on because I mean we all know the problems we have as a country. So let's not dwell on them too much. When you read the book, you will see. I mean, they are glaring. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you what they are. So for me, now the themes that hit me are the silent female burden. The men battle pride and survival in public. The women carry responsibility in private. Ebiapo embodies the unspoken labor, emotional, domestic, and social, that sustains households. Limited choices for women. Just like the mechanics are constrained economically, she is socially constrained. Her opportunities are shaped by culture, expectations, and economic hardship. But unlike men, hers are less visible. Where the mechanics often respond with ego or aggression, she reveals another response to hardship: endurance, adaptation, and quiet resilience. The grease in the book is symbolic. The grime, the oil and sweat aren't aesthetic choices. They reinforce dignity in dirty labor. There's quiet commentary on how society undervalues manual skill while depending on it daily. I mean, even how we look down on them sometimes because the mechanic gets dirty or a plumber gets dirty, we look down on them. Meanwhile, they could be earning more than us that are here creating content or collecting air conditioning in our corporate jobs. So there is dignity in labor. That's the honest truth. Whatever work you find to do, please be proud of it. Nobody owes you anything in this life, but what you owe to yourself or what you owe yourself is to show up daily and make a living for yourself. Hope is practical, not poetic. No dramatic speeches about destiny, just incremental moves, small wins, quiet resilience. That realism is intentional. Have you read The Mechanics of Yenagoa? What did you like about it? Like I said, Ibiakbo was the one who, what's the word I'm looking for? She took me by surprise. Yes, she took me by surprise. But again, hell hath no fury like that of a woman scorned. Will you be reading the book? Please do and share your thoughts with me in the comments section. See you. See you soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.